Alright guys, so today I'm going to be replacing the OEM steering wheel with a racing steering wheel. So I was going to do a quick release, but last minute decided against it. So here's my parts list. First and foremost, I have the hub adapter, which adapts the steering wheel hub to the aftermarket steering wheel. This is the part number, says here off-road use only, yada yada. I got a spacer just in case I wanted the steering wheel to be out further, or just in case the wiring didn't all fit in there for whatever reason. Neither the hub nor the steering wheel came with the bolts, so I had to go on Amazon last minute and get next day delivery. These are actually aluminum bolts, which I do not like, so I'm going to order some stainless steel bolts. These are just for now. Car's not going to be driven hardly at all. And then lastly, I got an OMP steering wheel. This is a 350 millimeter. I figured I would go with a 350 to start with, and if this is too big, drop down to a 330 or maybe a 320. OEM for my car is 375, so this is 25 millimeters or roughly 1 inch smaller. One quick thing to note, the hub did come with the airbag resistors and the horn wires. One other thing to note, the horn button for this, I'm not sure if they're all like this, the horn button it's adhesive that sticks on there, so you got to put that on yourself. Also, I thought the horn button didn't fit, which was weird, but really you just got to press it in there pretty hard. So that's the last thing that gets installed. So let's get started. Okay, now bear with me, this is going to be hard to demonstrate, but if you look right here, there's a hole. You're going to need to get a T30 Torx in there to remove the screws that secure the airbag. There's one on each side, so we'll do that. Once you get those two screws loose, you're going to see the airbag connectors and the horn connector. The horn connector is just a little metal spade terminal that's on there. And then you're going to need a little teeny tiny screwdriver to pop the yellow clips on the airbags. Okay, so just pull out the yellow tab and then pry out the connector. Just like that. Get this out the way. Now, all we got to do is take off the center nut, which is a 17 mil. I like to use an electric impact. That came off very easily. Now, I do a lot of these Subaru steering wheels. Once in a while, you need to put a steering wheel puller in these two holes here and press on the center shaft. Usually though, not every time, usually you just wiggle it off. There it goes. So, essentially just work it back and forth and then just pull it off. Alright, so here is our clock spring. Don't want that to get messed up. Now I didn't want to do this, but I had to do some tinkering to figure out what exactly was going on. This gray wire, which is the third wire from the right on the top connector, that's your horn wire. It's got power on it and it goes through a relay, and when you ground it, it beeps the horn. So I'm gonna have to, I didn't want to cut this off, but I had to figure out how that works. I'm gonna have to figure out something here with the horn button, but just know that beforehand. Now to make some room, I cut the airbag wires off. You've got a blue and a red on one, and a black and a plain on the other. So those are the two airbag connectors that you're going to have to wire your resistors in. I can't do that with one hand, so I'm just going to do it real quick, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, so it looks kind of ugly, but I got my airbag resistors in there. The resistors are right in that little heat wrap. You can kind of see it. The fuses are there. I've explained this in a video where I show you how to make those. The fuses are there so the resistors don't catch on fire in case the airbags do deploy. So that's taken care of. I'm going to tidy this up a little bit and then install the hub. So now, you can see we marked the shaft for the steering wheel beforehand. We've got our horn connector and our airbag resistors. Now, with that done, you can line up this top dot. Feed these all through, down, Okay. Now we can just tuck those. They got the airbag resistors in there. I had to change the spade terminal over to a regular one because the one that was on there originally was too thin to fit on the blades. See if we got any lights on the dash. Well, not 100% sure why the horn won't work. I might have to revisit that in the future, but no lights on the dash.